Hello students. So today the question that we have with us says that discuss two ways of incorporating desirable characteristics into the crop varieties. The second question says that what is intercropping and how are crops selected for intercropping. And the first part of the question, as you can see here, we need to talk about the two ways through which you want a certain characteristic, like as you can see here, the desirable characteristics from your like idea of generating a crop which is like useful, okay, and you want to put those characteristics into the crop variety. So what are the two ways which you actually use? So the first way, as you can see here, is like if you want to improve the crop variety, so it can be developed by introducing the desired genes, because that's how you do it. Is the like what you need to simply do is you have to take care of the genotype of the crop plants. Once you are aware of the genotype, I mean, you are aware of the genes, as I can say, you can simply introduce those genes into the species of the plant. And this is what we can call it as a genetic manipulation. Why manipulation? Because you are adding those genes. Okay, the plant has a natural way of what you can say utilizing the its genes, but now you are adding the gene which it doesn't have. You are adding those genes, so now it has the property or the characteristic of those genes as well. The second is it is possible through hybridization as well, which is not only hybridization, like this is the second way. The another way is a recombinant DNA technology, the mutation breeding technique on the polyploidy. Since we need to talk about the two characteristics, so I can tell you about the hybridization. So in hybridization, what you are trying to do, you are selecting two species. Remember, in hybridization, you are creating a hybrid. So in order to create a hybrid, you have to have a two different species, and these species are completely depending upon the criteria or the characteristics that you need in your crop variety, which is like very best, and you cross them and you will get the product out of it, and that's how you are able to utilize the hybridization. So these are the two ways actually through which you can actually improve your crop varieties. Now in the second part of the question, as you can see, we need to talk about the intercropping and like how we select the crops for the intercropping. So first of all, if you talk about the intercropping, so the inter means in between, you can say. So that is its definition as well. When two or more crops are grown simultaneously in the same field in alternate rows. That means there is a single area or what you can say region where you are basically sowing your crops. So within that region there is a space, there is a space, and then you are trying to grow sometimes two, sometimes more than two crops in order to utilize your area much better way. Okay, so two or more crops are grown simultaneously, and that is what we can call it as a intercropping. How you can actually what you can say improve the intercropping, or like what are the criteria actually which you have to select the crops. So here important thing is you need to remember is that it is almost related to the mixed cropping. Okay, the only thing is this is the improved version, means mixed cropping is also being utilized, but this is like the improved version where you have seen a certain uh, disadvantages with the mixed cropping and you made them better in the case of intercropping. Now what we do is in the case of intercropping, like as you can see here, is the crop combination that we actually use, I can say, which are practiced in intercropping, and so as the mixed cropping is, there has to be a different nutrient needs, like the crops that you are using has to utilize a different nutrients, like one has to utilize the magnesium, one has to utilize the zinc, one has to utilize some other mineral. So nutrient needs are different, and that is how they are able to survive, because if all the crops are fighting for the same nutrients, then only like one crop will be able to survive and rest of them will die. Okay, there has to be a very root system. So we have two types of root system. We have tap root system, we have adventitious root system. So let's say one has the tap root and one has the adventitious. Again, the type of a root system will actually allows you to utilize the nutrients within the soil and the water within the soil as well. So that is why having a certain type of a root system can also play a very important part. So this is another reason of selecting a crop. Growth habits is also one of the reason, you can say, like how the plant grows, how big the plant can be, how small the plant can be, what are the different parts of the plant which are actually involved, and what is its need. So the growth pattern is, or the growth habit is also important. And the maturity time differences, like let's say one is able to utilize the uh, nutrients very early and grow at a very early period. Okay, it means its growth requires a very less time, where the other plant is still in its flowering stage or is still in its growth stage. So there is a maturity time difference which actually you can say allows the one plant to just complete its life cycle, whereas another plant is still going through the life cycle. So that's how they can actually managing their growth habits, and so does their maturity time difference will allow the utilization of nutrients and other sources as well. So these are the criterias which we see or select as in like the crop combinations, I can say, for the intercrop. So I hope this will help you. Thank you.